When people see the word Mojo Life, they are quite intrigued, and I'm quite pleased about that. But they often ask, well, what is Mojo Life? And I guess the clue is in the word itself, and that specifically is the word mojo. It's a slang term that means attractiveness and self-confidence, and it's often used with reference to people who've lost it. Now, our belief is that people lose their mojo for many reasons, but probably most typically recently, with the economy being the way it is, they lose it because they've lost their job or they're facing redundancy. But of course, you get cases where people have lost their mojo in other situations as well. It might be that they're just in a job they hate. They feel their life's a bit dull, or it's come to a bit of a dead end. They don't feel fulfilled in what they're doing. Or maybe if they're running a business or working in an organisation, it's just gone flat. The spark has gone from it. And we see this on the television quite a lot, where Mary Portas, for example, or the hotel inspector will go along and they'll visit a business. And the first question they ask is, well, what are you? And often the business doesn't know. It's lost its direction. It doesn't really have a clear understanding of its own identity. So some people who get involved with Mojo Life are at some kind of crossroads. And what we do in Mojo in a Day is we help them to reflect, first of all, on who they are. We get them to focus and explore what they're really good at, what gets them fired up. And also we ask them what kind of future they might want to engineer for themselves. So this might involve setting up a new business, it might involve them starting a social enterprise or a charity, or maybe even writing a book, fulfilling a long-held ambition, or it might mean just simply making themselves more marketable in their preferred employment sector. Other people may know what path they're following. Mojo Life attracts a lot of self-employed people, but they're very keen to improve the results they're achieving. And they find that they're not the only ones doing what they do. They've got very limited marketing budgets, and they know that it's quite tough to stand out in what is essentially a crowded marketplace. So in any of these cases, Mojo Life helps people to find their authentic voice. That's a really important phrase, getting them to find their authentic voice. It's authentic in the sense that it's them true and true, or through and through, on the inside. It's what they are. They explore their core being a little bit by focusing on the things that really get them fired up, and what they love doing, what they have a passion for. And when this gets crafted into a compelling story, they really grow in confidence and begin to attract opportunities. And this is essentially what people with Mojo, or what people with Mojo have. They know exactly who they are and what they offer. They've come to terms with it themselves, they're at peace with it, and they're very, very good at kind of persuading people or getting a compelling message across about the value that they create for people and why they might want to be interested in them. And they literally become more attractive. So at Mojo in a Day, the first thing we'll do is we'll help you to find your voice.